Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So I don't have a proper introduction to this video because I was meant to add it onto another video, which I obviously didn't, but pretty much this is my experience of bonding my new rabbit Chino with my current rabbit Bambi. And this is us driving to go get him. He's 10 weeks old and he's a male, and Bambi is a female and she's about 1 year old now. Bambi's desexed, obviously, because I don't want any babies. So there was a few ups and downs, but this was quite an easy bonding. I know some of the methods that I did wouldn't be liked by everyone, but they worked for me, and I'm not looking for any critiques, and I'm not saying this is how you have to do it. I'm just sharing my experience and what it was like for me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later.
If I was the student, would you be the teacher? If I was the sinner, would you be the preacher? Would you be my... I still got a lot of shit to learn, I'll admit.
So I figured I'd do this as a bit of a voiceover video. So this is just us walking up to the house to get Chino. And then we got him in the car and we just had him in a washing basket because I had nothing else to put him in. Which I should probably get a rabbit carrier. But he was very good on the car ride. He was really hot and he kept flopping, which was so adorable. But yeah, he was very good. We had no problems. The lady was really nice who gave him to us. I'm sorry about all the banging upstairs. The roof is literally as thin as paper. So this was the first time they met, and I let them sniff each other through the bars of this cage for a little while, and Bambi was just enclosed in a pen. I didn't leave them in here for that long, probably about half an hour, which some people say that you should do it for a week. Some people don't do it at all, and some people do it for like only a day, so it just depends. This is what worked for me, and Bambi didn't attack him or anything through the bars, or I probably would have let them sniff for longer, but it was going really good. I don't know if she tried to lick him or groom him there, but so yeah, she was really good with him. Okay, so this is the first time they properly met each other, and it was in a pen that neither of them had ever been in before, which you should always put them in somewhere where neither of them had been so that they're not going to be territorial over it. Bambi was trying to be dominant over him, so she was just humping him and nipping him a little bit, which is completely normal. And you can see me, I had my trusty towel there in case any fights happened. So it's good to have gloves on or a towel or something just in case a bad fight does happen, because rabbits can give you a nasty bite. Like, they might not look it, but trust me, they can. So he just instantly started eating grass, and she was very interested in him. I don't think anything bad happened for the first few seconds, and then now she's about to start humping him. And I think she was biting underneath his stomach, and she started chasing him. He was being really good. Lily's like, what the fuck? So there they had a little fight, which I had to separate, and I just put the towel over Bambi to stop her because that was just getting a little bit out of hand, which I probably could have let go on. It wasn't really that bad, but at this point I didn't know you were meant to let them have little fights to organise who's dominant. So I watched a lot of videos during the bonding process and I learnt so much, so I would definitely do it a bit different next time. So here they had another little fight, which I completely blocked off with the towel. That one was a little bit worse. But, I mean, it's normal to have fights when you're first bonding them. I think, oh, I took him out now. I don't know why, because you should never do that. Oh, so I had just gone over to grab a little bowl of food to make Bambi a little bit more focused on the food and not him, which seemed to work very well. And they just ate the food together for a while. She was good whenever he wasn't moving, and whenever he tried to move, she would just lunge at him and attack him and try and bite him. So I just sat in this pen with them for a while, and I did some forced snuggles as well, because they just weren't getting along at all, and Bambi just kept on lunging at him and attacking him. So here I made them cuddle, which is actually a really good way if you just put them next to each other. They were next to each other and he moved, but this is fine as well. They just go head to head so they can smell each other, and you just pat them both to relax them both, and they can smell each other but they can't attack each other because you're there to stop it. And then Bambi flopped, which was really good. She was very relaxed. He was really stressed out by now because he just didn't want to move, because every time he moved, she was attacking him. So I was trying to just keep him calm. Bambi clearly didn't care. So I stayed in here with them for about an hour, I think. So then I went ahead and put them into their cage with all their toys, which after what I know now, I definitely would not have done this, and I wouldn't have put them in that big pen to start with. I would have put them in a small little cage, which when I put them into this big run, I watched a few videos after this, didn't go very well, and I saw that you should put them in a little cage together because they just weren't interacting in here. He was hiding on one side and Bambi was hiding on the other side. So there was just no point to it. So they both just explored the run for a bit because neither of them had been in there. And I can't remember if they had any fights in here. But I did put them in a little cage later on, which you'll obviously see. Okay, so I just put them into this crate now because they just weren't interacting in the run, and I watched a few YouTube videos and it all said to put them in a smaller space, and the run definitely was not small, with nothing inside it. So I put them into this crate and it went a lot better. I gave them food straight away so they weren't focused on each other, and it was so cute. They actually started eating from like the same little food section, and that was very cute. He's just sitting there because he's so scared. And yeah, she's clearly relaxed. But there's just a lot of stomping going on, and it makes me feel so shit. Like they're both stomping and stressed, and oh my god, I hate this. So we're just doing some forced snuggles at the moment. He's hopping around a lot more, and she's a lot better now. She's not attacking him every time he tries to hop. I'm trying to get them both really focused on their food, which he clearly enjoys. He hasn't been eating this, but he's finally started eating now while she's in there. And she has always been eating because she's a fatty. So there was quite a bad fight just then. I think he actually squealed, which is not good. She just got really aggressive and they were just circling each other. So I'm a bit worried now. Bit of a stomp there. That was good. She just sniffed him. I'm finding that as you can see, she just lunged at him just then, which is what she was doing, but I'm finding that the forced cuddling is working really well, so I'm just gonna keep them like this and keep patting them. So she just hopped, he went up and sniffed her, which was very interesting because I haven't seen him actually go up to her willingly before. And she just hopped up to him and quickly licked his ear and then ran away. So I think hopefully they're starting to like each other a bit more. So I just left them alone for a few seconds to go get my computer and charger because my phone's about to die, and I've been here for like nearly 2 hours now, so I think they're finally starting to get along a bit more. Oh, don't jinx it, Sidel. She still gets a little bit mad at him every time he moves, but at least it's not resulting in a fight anymore. It's just he runs off and stomps and then she just sits there, so she's not really pursuing him. He's going to escape. Sorry about how dark it is, but I'm just going to go out here and talk for a second. So I've pretty much moved them inside now, and I've set up a bed for me because I'm going to sleep next to them, just so that if any fights happen, I'll get woken up. But there hasn't been any issues, touch wood, for the past like hour or so. It's 6:45 now, and I've been with them since about 4 o'clock. There's been a few little moments where they've just, like, he's run away from her and stomped, and then she's tried to chase him a little bit, but that's all. So I'm going to leave them overnight because I know a lot of people say to do short bonding sessions, but what I've found works the best is just keeping them together. And I've heard a lot of different things, but I think that keeping them together the whole time has been working really good. So I'm going to keep them together, hopefully at night, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Chino just properly flopped for the first time. Bambi has been flopping the whole night, and Chino has finally flopped, and oh my goodness, he is so cute. I'm actually dying. So Bambi has just completely flopped, and if you're wondering why her tummy looks a little bit weird, well, she's up now. It's because she got desexed and they obviously shaved her stomach, so that's just still growing back from a few weeks ago. And yeah, so she's very chilled. So I very stupidly put my finger over the microphone the whole time I was speaking about what happened throughout the night, which I'm so annoyed at myself about, but pretty much I was saying that they were fine all night until about 6 o'clock in the morning, and they woke me up from having a little fight, nothing bad, so I just went back to sleep. I didn't have to stop it or anything, they just stopped themselves, and then I think they woke me up again at like 6:30 having another fight, which again wasn't bad. I didn't have to step in and stop it. And yeah, so now it's the next morning and I put them into their run. So I've taken like this tunnel and that bed out because Bambi was getting a bit territorial over them before, and I've just put them in here. They've got lots of litter boxes. So I hope I can leave them in here because I'm going to be out all day and I don't want them to be separate all day again because that's really annoying. So there's no issues while they're eating, so hopefully there's no issues while they're running around. I might scatter their food a bit so I have time to watch them because I have to leave in a second. So far so good, but they've both just been eating, so I can't really tell. She hopped up to him and then he like stood there and then ran off and stomped his foot. So they didn't have a fight about that, which is good. So I've decided I'm going to leave him in here with her. Oh, he's binking all over the place and she's really relaxed. So they're being really good, touch wood. So I'm going to get someone to check on them in like an hour and then they'll be checking on them until I'm home. Oh, that was so cute. Until I'm home at like 11:15 and then I'll come check on them, and then if they're still good and there's no hair anywhere, I'll leave them and they'll be checked on while I'm at work. And yeah, because they've been really good in here, so. Okay, so I just tried to film this exact video and I literally couldn't speak, so I'm going to try again now. But I'm in here now and it's 9:30, so I've been working all day and I haven't been able to monitor them, so I've just came out here to check on them and spend a little bit of time with them. And Lily's in here with them and she's completely fine with them. The little boy is fine with her as well, and Bambi absolutely loves Lily, so that's no problem. They are both doing really well. I'm really happy with how comfortable they are around each other. They were both flopping and everything before. So, and now they're eating next to each other. I would say that he's still a little bit scared of her, but she doesn't attack him at all anymore. And they've just been together. They've been together all of last night, all of today. So, in my opinion, what worked best for me was just putting them in together, monitoring them, but not doing different length bonding sessions and then separating them. So the method of just keeping them together for the whole bonding period instead of separating them again worked much better for me than separating them and trying again and again. And they're already bonded, I would say. I mean, they're not besties yet, but they're definitely not attacking each other anymore, and he's hopping around and Bambi's not attacking him when he hops around, which if you saw at the beginning of the video, he couldn't even like move to the water dish or she would just go at him and growl. So this was my bonding experience, and all in all it wasn't the hardest bond. Didn't take too long time. I got him on Monday and it's now Wednesday night, and I'm happy for them to live together now. So I haven't opened up that yet, which I will do soon, later tonight. I just don't want Bambi getting aggressive over the indoor of that, so I might do that a little bit later actually, like tomorrow morning. And we'll see what happens. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I know that not everything I did was perfect. I made a few mistakes along the way, but you live and you learn, and yeah, it turned out well anyway. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.